Alright guys, the Integra is back. I've got some news. As you can see from the title, we're being evicted. Not from there, just from there. And I'll explain that here in a little bit. Wow, the lens is really dirty. Things will be okay. But we'll get into this here in a second. First, we gotta go over to Walmart. The Integra has a new set of tires waiting for it. You can see that these ones, well, those aren't racing slicks, but they sure look like it. That shouldn't be a thing. The Integra's been gone for about 6 weeks. A buddy had his engine blow up in a Subaru Forester, needed a car for work, so he's been borrowing it. Thank you, Skylar, for fixing the brake lights for me and making sure the oil stayed in it. I gotta do an oil change, but don't get too attached to the Integra being back because it is going away. That being said, you will likely still see it because I already have a buyer, and we'll probably see this car from time to time. For now, let's go over to Walmart, getting this hot box, no AC, leather interior machine. Like, I know it's just an exhaust leak, but this car actually sounds really good. Yep. Leave it to me to send them to the Walmart that doesn't have a tire center. Nice. And now the pickup people aren't answering, so I'm just gonna go in. Ah, the old crosswind HP010. Oh my god. Holy, they say Ling Long on them. That's incredible. Oh my god, what does that mean? So are they, is Ling Long like the parent company? Did I leave the keys in the ignition? Sure did. 3 Integras over here at Walmart. Alright, I got the title. Oh, I forgot my Mustang axles are in here still. Track day! Don't be one of those people that doesn't put your cart in the cart return thing. You're a terrible person if you think that's okay. Alright, off to Walmart number 2 for the day. Might be a little late on my DoorDash. Alright, 66 bucks to have them balanced, valve stems, throw away the old tires. So all in, I guess that whole set of tires was less than $200. I'll have to do that math for you. The Ling Long is coming in hot with the cheap tires. We're gonna go over to the Walmart gas station here because we got about 45 minutes, they said. Get ourselves an 88-cent fountain drink. Diet, of course, you know me. Alright, new tires on the Integra. The Ling Long strong. Ling Long Nation, speak up. The sidewall's a little bit smaller than the stock ones that came on GSR wheels. Those are 55s, these are 50s. God, those wheels are dirty, I need to do something about that. But for now, let's hop in. Alright guys, let's talk about us getting evicted for a second. Right, Tyler? Yeah. Evicted as boop. So as you guys may or may not be aware, but you're about to be, our landlord and his son are also car people, and it's actually how we met them. They have probably over 40 Volvos if you put them together. So obviously you can see where the like-mindedness lies. So our landlord bought this property because it's adjacent to another property that he owns. If you remember the Volvo Heaven is a Place on Earth video, Volvo Heaven is actually on the other side of the fence in our backyard. So he bought it because it was adjacent to that property and because it had a shop. And since we moved in, there's always been a potential stipulation that he wanted to someday renovate the shop and put a lift in it and do all kinds of crazy stuff and use it for their projects. So having our lease end and be up for renegotiation, it was decided we will no longer have access to the shop. They're not cold just kicking us out and telling us to get our stuff out of there. He is providing us with a place to put it and a solution for covered parking and everything. So there's no bad blood between us or anything. It's just that I mean, I'd be the exact same way. He wasn't especially pleased by the condition the shop was kept in, and from his perspective, if I owned a property and people were using a shop that I own and left it a big mess and I had projects that I wanted to work on, I'd pull the same card out of my hat. So yeah, understandable. Things will get figured out. What that does mean though is I don't want to try and move and keep track of a whole bunch of Volvo parts. So that means the Volvo is going back together soon. Alright? I gotta get the flywheel resurfaced, and effectively he's given us about 30 days from the point that we have a storage thing that he's going to be putting back there somewhere in that time frame. It hasn't been officially decided, but basically I have a month to get the Volvo back together, and I could just put the engine and transmission together and dump it in. I got that box from Yoshi Fab that you guys will see in the next video, which is a sweet pre-production, like prototype kind of part from Josh over at Yoshi Fab, specifically for CD009 to 740 applications. So that's really cool. We'll be the first to demonstrate the use of that on YouTube, but I don't want to just put it together and have it, rolling. I would like to put it together and have it drivable. Now, with the turbo manifold that Charles made, it doesn't seem like headlights are going to be feasible. It's been 2 years since it passed emissions, believe it or not. That's pretty insane because I did that video. So the emissions is expired, so I would have to get it to pass emissions again to be street legal, and I fully plan on running the exhaust straight out the hood. Which, is that emissions compliant, Tyler?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
if they can't find the exhaust, you just automatically pass. Or if they find it really quickly, besides where it's supposed to be, it's also an automatic.
I wonder if Charles or your dad wants to buy a Volvo drift car.
I don't know.
Yeah,
my dad, not yet. There is no address where he would own said drift car. So.
Oh, right, okay. I might have to talk to Charles about that. Or, did you hear I'm moving to Mountain Home?
You're moving? Wow.
Yeah.
You know what, though? I don't think they do emissions out there in Mountain Home.
No shit.
Yeah.
It could be a cinder track fabrication project car that I'm doing all the work on and providing funding for. Did you get nuggets?
Chick-fil-A!
Alright, guys. But, as you guys know, Tyler and I are trying to buy a house.
Yeah.
And this is kind of only further motivation for us to do so. And Bill, our landlord, is super cool and said that while we're signing another lease, if we bought property and needed out of the lease early, he would just let us out of the lease early because he advocates for anybody capable of owning property to own property. So he's a very cool guy. Like I said, I'm entirely understanding of why he wants the shop because I would exactly do the same thing. Wouldn't you, Tyler? Some dickheads were building flamethrower cars in your shop and you had some things to work on. The problem is that the Mustang was supposed to go drifting, not next weekend but the weekend after. That's probably not going to happen unless you guys are willing to help. And I know when it comes down to the last minute things with how I possibly could sell you merch, it has to have Ross on it. So here is the Ross 2020 campaign t-shirts. You can get them in blue or red, depending on your political affiliation. It's also available on stickers. So it would mean a lot if you guys would assist in buying some t-shirts. That way we can fund getting the Volvo back together finally. Like I said, I still have to go get the flywheel resurfaced. Josh from Yoshi Fab has provided a lot of parts, but as usual, I'm sure we're going to run into things that I haven't purchased yet. And I know I made a list of some stuff I still needed to buy, and I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but I would still like to be able to take the Mustang out drifting so you guys could see that, so Cody could see that especially. Also, if you can't afford to buy a t-shirt or a sticker, or you don't want to support on Patreon, which is cool, I totally understand, which by the way, Brock is going to be catching up Patreon stickers here pretty soon. You can sign up for this app. And by the way, if you got this Snapchat message, I was just trying to see if I could successfully send a message to a whole bunch of people at once, and I used this link as a test bed for it. So yes, you can, by the way, if you're curious. But I've showed this app before. This is not a sponsorship, but this app is called DOSH, and it's an app that automatically generates cash back for you to your debit card. You don't have to enter any receipts or codes or prices or purchases or anything. You just link a verified debit card and it automatically gives you cash back when you shop at any of the thousands of stores that are partnered with DOSH. And if you sign up with my referral code, which is right here, and the link will be in the description and the pinned comment as well, and then you link a verified debit card, you and I each will both get $5 unrestricted for as many people as you want to do it. If you refer your friends, you can get the same deal. It's free money, and you get free money for just shopping like you normally would. Some of the stores are pretty common things you'd be running into. Dunkin' Donuts, we don't have that here. 15% cash back at Denny's, 3% at Pizza Hut, Staples, Journeys. I don't know what Carter's is. A bunch of cash back offers, and they even have some online ones like Forever 21 and Journeys and Lane Bryant, Cost Plus, and Sam's Club membership. A $5 one-time reimbursement for joining Sam's Club. That's interesting. But at any rate, this is a free opportunity to put some money into the channel if you would like to help. No pressure, but you can get yourself some free money in the process. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you want to see a picture of your car featured at the end of the video, you can submit it for my car of the video segment. Send me a picture of your car to curseforeverhelp@gmail.com. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, add me on Snapchat at BigB1011. We will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.